If you're a fashion designer looking into buying your first dress form, here are my top things to look out for and what to avoid. Welcome back to my top 10 fashion designer tips, counting down to the new year. This is number 8. If you're serious about fashion designing, especially if you're making your own patterns, it's worth it to invest in a really good one. One thing that I would avoid is these adjustable dress forms. It seems like it's a really great idea because it's flexible for different sizes. But the issue that I have with it is if it's anything aside from the smallest size, end up with these gaps, and then you can't accurately pin or mark your seams. They're also usually made of plastic. They're hard to pin into, and they tend to have harsh transitions and corners rather than more natural curves. So it's not really giving you an accurate perspective of how it's gonna fit on a real body. Then you have dress forms like these. Typically, these are made of styrofoam. The biggest problem with it is they're not sturdy. So as you're working on it, it's gonna shift and fall over and tilt, and you're just not gonna have a very good time. Somebody who had both of these types of mannequins as my starter mannequin, I found them to be pretty much useless, and I ended up buying the professional one anyway, so I kind of wish I just started with that. This is what it looks like, and here's my favorite features. First of all, you have these really precise seam lines, which are super helpful for feeling through your muslin when you're draping patterns for super accurate markings. It's sturdy, but you can also really easily pin into it. And the base is really heavy. It also wheels around, which is helpful, but point being, it's not going anywhere. It has a lever so I can adjust the height. It also has the collapsible shoulders, so if I need to more easily get something on and off, that works really great. And it's just made well, good quality. If you want something that's a little bit more customizable in sizing, the first thing I'll say is dress forms aren't supposed to be exact to your measurements, but they should be kind of close enough. So you have two options. First option is to get something that is a little bit too big, and then it's a lot easier to just take things in once you do a muslin and a fitting. And the second option is to get something that's the closest to your size and then add padding. They sell padding in sets wherever you need it. For really precise patterns, draping, seam lines, and fit, invest in one of these and thank me later. Make sure to follow so you don't miss the rest of the series, and I will see you tomorrow.